Is it the best month to buy a house? Is it the worst month to sell a house? What is it? Well, stay tuned. Hi, I'm Theresa Wellman with Homeowner Experience Real Estate, and today we're going to get into some actual market data, do an update report on what's happening with our interest rates and number of homes for sale, and give you an idea of what's happening in the local San Jose market. So let's go ahead and get right to it. So when is the worst month to sell a house versus the best month? Is spring the best time to buy? We're going to talk about that. Just stay tuned at the end of the video. First, I want to update you on the market factors that we have been watching and tracking. The first is going to be our local market dynamics. The second is our interest rates. And third is the number of homes for sale, because those really do have a factor on how the market locally moves and flows. And if you saw my 2024 prediction video, we expected that prices would increase 6 to 8% or more in 2024. So how do we look compared to those predictions already just here now 2 months into the year? So we're going to talk about it. San Jose area factors that are going on right now is the S&P 500, which we track according to local home prices, has actually been doing really well, meaning our local tech stocks have been doing well. And that means that our home buyers have more money in their pocket to go ahead and make down payments or to pay for that appraisal gap that might be happening. So the good news is prices have aligned again. If you watched my videos previously, we discussed how there was a big gap in the S&P 500 versus the home prices locally, but home prices have now caught up. And as you can see, they're lining right up. And that is a good sign because that's normal ebbs and flows of this market. But what about the interest rates? Well, surprisingly, our interest rates actually got worse from our last market report, and we are up about a quarter or an eighth to a quarter percent. 30-year jumbo rates right now are 6.625%. And you can see in the trend here, we're just seeing slightly up increases. Now, this is a chart of all mortgages across the country, and we're looking mostly here on jumbo loans because most buyers buying in this market are using a jumbo loan. Now, what's going on? Because I thought interest rates are supposed to get better in 2024, right? You might have heard the news and you might have seen us talk about that as well. Well, predictions are for the rates to get better slowly, right? So you can see here that they didn't necessarily predict a flattening or increase other than this purple line here in Wells Fargo. They might be the most accurate as far as prediction goes. But if you look here, the 2020 forecast, it looks like most people think that rates are going to be in the low 6%. And right now we're over 6.5. So when do the Federal Reserve meet to talk about interest rates and our inflation, et cetera? Well, that's coming up very soon, March 19th and 20th. So we'll stay tuned to get an update on that because that could change and potentially decrease the rates across mortgage companies as well. All right, so now let's talk about the local number of homes for sale, because that is a huge local market factor that is really important to how the market dynamics are working out. So the number of homes for sale, wow, it's still so record low. We had a tiny increase from January to February and now to March 6th. Now in March 6th, we're seeing just 186 single family homes available for sale in San Jose. Now, if you look at this dotted yellow line across here, we've never had that in February, March timeframe, never. So we are really short on the number of homes for sale, which is putting a lot of pressure for buyers because that supply is so low and the buyer demand is still really good. We are seeing on average 5+ offers on homes in February. So buyers are really out there shopping and they just don't have much choice.
Hey guys, my name is Theresa. So sorry to interrupt this video. If you like the content that you've been seeing, please consider liking and subscribing as it really helps out our channel. And if you're looking to move into the San Jose area and I could help in any way with questions about moving, relocating, home buying, I would love to talk with you. I really enjoy talking with our viewers, and you can find my contact information below. Now let's get back to the video.
So let's look at some of the actual closed numbers for February sales. You'll see that the number of pending properties is way up, a huge jump, which is typical from January to February. We would usually see a lot more buyers start jumping into the market, and we have felt that. In January, when we reported last month, we saw about 3 or 4 offers per property. We're now seeing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 properties per property, in some cases even more. So buyers are definitely jumping in, and that has caused the overbidding to really jump up as well. We were under 105%, and now we're looking at almost 108%. So what has that done to our prices? Well, the average price is slightly down from the month before and slightly up from the median. But if we look back to December, Our averages are still pretty even, but the median is up already 5.8%. So we're going to keep watching this to see if our predictions of 6 to 8% over 2024 hold true, or if it's even more than that. To the question of the video, when is the best time to sell? Well, sellers obviously like it when they can get more offers and the best terms. So when is that happening? Well, it's happening usually in the winter and spring, because you can see this yellow line of the number of homes for sale always peaks cyclically in the winter spring. We're going to see a peak in inventory in the summer and then a low in the fall and winter. And also sellers like the best and the highest price. Well, the interesting factor is the timing of that can be tricky, because typically you will see that prices are going to be peaking middle of the year. So typically if we see a price peak in June, that means the seller is getting into contract 30 days before in May, and it takes a week or two to market the property. If you're looking to the best time to sell, I would say the absolute latest to maximize your price is going to be mid-May. But you're going to have more competition in mid-May. So it is a delicate balance of now in the spring through that time of year. When is the best time to buy? I get that question often from buyers. And I'm going to tell you, in Silicon Valley, the best time to buy as soon as you can buy, because the equity is increasing. Obviously, there's some ebbs and flows, but if you're buying a property, you should be looking at staying there for at least 7 years to really protect and grow your investment. So whether you buy in April versus May or August, it really doesn't matter. That is in the tiny noise of a 7-year time frame that you should be staying in the house, right? So buyers, of course, like the cheapest and the best price, which is just buy as soon as possible. But typically you're going to see a dip in the prices again in the fall and winter, right? Buyers also like a lot of choices out there and more homes to shop for. And as you can see right now, we just don't have those choices. We don't have that many homes for sale. So that is the challenge of buying in the fall winter time frame, is the number of homes that you actually have to look at. So finding the right one that you can work with and getting in is really critical. So the sooner the better is really the best time to buy. But if you can find the right house in the fall, you might get a slightly better price or be able to at least negotiate more terms with the seller. Of course, that depends on the actual market and the ebbs and flows. So buyers, just to summarize, get in as soon as possible, right? If you haven't watched my number video crunching of buy now versus wait, you should check that out. And sellers, it is currently a really hot seller's market, and we'll look at that a little bit more on the metric I have on my website. So get your home on the market as soon as possible. Home prep is crucial though, so don't rush your property to the market without being presented and prepped. Buyers are extra picky with a home that is move-in ready versus not, because of the high interest rates they're paying, that monthly cost, and they don't have a lot of extra cash necessarily to come in and do updates. So based on these things that I'm sharing, do you think that our home prices will exceed the 6 to 8% prediction I made earlier this year? Well, we'll see. So you just need to stay tuned so that we can keep watching these market factors. So each month we will be watching interest rates, the number of homes for sale, and look, there is 113 single family homes coming to San Jose, and we're not even at the 200 level yet. So that's a significant more amount of inventory coming to the market. We also are going to continue to watch local market dynamics and make sure the economy is doing well and that local tech stocks are doing well, because that's what enables our buyers to jump into this local market. So check out our website for an index on how the market is doing. As you can see, it's the seller's market, and it's doing strong, or it's stronger and doing better than even the previous month. And then check out in our description below links for our home buyer and seller guides. And we would love to talk with you. We love our YouTube viewers, and we love the opportunity to speak with you in a buyer or seller consultation. We offer both for free and would love to connect. Thank you so much for watching.